Onward.
Oh my god. Wait, I can't.
Oh, looks like we might have to complete some others before we can
Oh,
proceed.
damn. Alright.
Ooh.
Alright, who do we want to do next? Do we want to do Yako Shrianov or Haruo Shigima?
I think Haruo because that beautiful man is there.
Oh, Richter? Richter Kai?
Yeah, Richter. Yes. He barely talked to us when we were Shogo. Maybe he'll talk to us.
I gotta get my southern drawl back on.
Yeah.
When the son of Haruo Shigima was kidnapped, a botched investigation by the police resulted in the child's murder. 1 year later, Haruo has hired a private investigator to help resolve the unsettled case. Late at night, while speaking to the detective at her home, something strange suddenly appears. May those who mock fires perish in flame. Kill them.
Okay.
Kill them! The flame bearers. Kill them all! You acquire the power of the cursed stone, the Haunted Clappers. You can use it to kill those with fire or a fire-starting device on their person. Use curse button to set your target alight. Okay. Kills by burning one who's in possession of fire or a fire-starting device. Red, red, red. Everything is dyed crimson. My home is burning to the ground. It's hot. So hot. I must call for help, but I cannot speak. My throat must be burned up from the smoke. No, I think I'm already on fire. That's right, I'll just use the clappers. Clack, clack. Is anybody there? Clack, clack. Why is no one coming? I'm gonna burn to death. How did it come to this? Oh, right. Her. It must be the work of that vixen who appeared suddenly and enchanted my lord. That witch! Those hauntingly cold eyes. Those hauntingly cold eyes had my lord dancing in the palm of her hand. Perhaps I was also taken in by her. How many innocent people did I lure in under orders? This must be karma. The sound of a heavy bell. It feels like my head will split open. Ah, right, the evening bell. That must be why nobody can hear the sound of my clappers. I've got to do it louder. Clack, clack. A murderous... Oh, I guess this is, Oh, wait, no, I think...
This is the woman from the park.
I thought this was her, right?
Yeah.
This is her ability. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is you.
This is me. It's me. It's my time to shine.
Yeah!
A murderous impulse seeps into my soul like thick black tar.
Now, kill! Can you hear it, curse bearer? You who so strongly desires the right. Kill them.
I think it's really interesting that the cop got one of the curse stones.
Yeah.
He has no apparent desire for the right.
That we know of.
Like, that we know of, but even in the privacy of his own head, like, the game gives us, like, little insights into the character we're playing.
Right.
And he never, like, made any indication that, like, oh, this is my chance. Like, he's just kind of straight edge and trying to save people.
Yeah. Exactly. Back with me, ma'am?
Oh, there he is.
This beautiful fucking cowboy. Like, my God.
His eye is so soft and soulful.
I know, right?
Ugh.
Can't say I understand what just happened.
Western a la carte.
Western. Oh my God, you're right.
You're right. Very right.
But it certainly seems to have put you in a good mood. Oh my God. This might be the first time I've ever seen you really smile. Sweet dreams.
That's a smile, huh?
That sure is a smile.
Wow.
Wow. Her eyes are so freaking, like, uncanny valley.
Yeah.
Haruhi is a housewife who resides in a manor near Shumoku Bridge. Her 11-year-old son, Shuichi, was kidnapped and murdered about a year ago. The death was the result of a mistake on the part of the detective assigned to the case. A mistake which enraged the kidnapper and had him cut off all contact with the police, leaving no room for negotiation. The incident was covered up and Shuichi's killer remains at large, leading the aggrieved Haruhi to call on the services of private investigator Richter Kai to uncover the truth. That's still the best name. Richter
That's
Kai?
a really good name. He is a fucking JoJo. Like, straight up.
Yeah. The Shigema family came from a line of samurai who built their residence in Honjo during the Edo period. They assumed important positions in the police force following the Meiji Revolution, thereby protecting their family's elevated status. Even today, many in the Shigema line work as police bureaucrats and senior police officers. Haruhi's father sits in the upper echelons of the National Police Agency, and her husband, adopted into the Shigema clan through an arranged marriage, is also a highly respected agency official. However, as her family prioritizes work above all else, it wasn't long before Haruhi's marriage grew cold. Though she wants for nothing, she is isolated from her neighbors and withdrawn from society. Seeing her son grow into a young man gave Haruhi a purpose in life, but it was cut short by the kidnapping incident.
Oh, jeez.
God,
this poor woman.
Yeah. Following the incident, Haruhi spent many days in a deep depression, breaking into sudden fits of shouting and wandering around in the middle of the night. Her cheerful, loving disposition faded away, and she took to making snide remarks at her husband, which only further soured their relationship. A few months ago, Haruhi's husband was transferred to another area for work and now rarely returns home, with Haruhi left to live in the large, empty mansion alone. As a housekeeper who has been with the family for a long time comes in to take care of all the housework, Haruhi has nothing but time on her hands. Yikes.
Yikes. Man, and this is the 1980s, too. She's got literally nothing to do.
She's got no prospects, man. There's nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Big oof.
Big oof. No. Not dreams.
Sounds like something I might want to hear about. I hope you don't mind. I seem to have lost the top buttons on my shirt. What is going on? I love him so much. This entire outfit is ridiculous. I just want to look at him.
He's great. Okay, go for it.
No, this is you. Go ahead.
A private investigator I hired.
I just want to stare at him.
Well, there you go. A friend told me about him. They said he's not very well known, but he's good at what he does. When I first visited his office in Ota City and saw how he dressed, I could hardly believe he was a detective. No, I think the top button is there. It's done up. That's the last one.
Yeah.
They didn't put any more buttons on that shirt.
The one right at the sternum there? That's it? That's the only button? Yeah.
That's the top button.
That's it.
But after talking to him for a while, I changed my mind. If nothing else, maybe we can have a wild affair, and I'll finally feel something for the first time since my son died.
Wow. Yeah. Now, honestly, fucking go for it. Look at him.
I know, right? He says some strange things at times, but he seems like the reliable sort.
I want to learn about this guy. Come on. Come on. There we go.
I was looking at the high-tech rotary phone and fax machine on the table behind him.
I saw that, right? The eccentric man that Shogo Okie ran into at Honji Bridge. Richter is actually a private investigator with an office in Ota City, Tokyo. After taking on a request from Haruhi Shigema to investigate the unsolved kidnapping and murder of her son, he gets caught up in the events surrounding the Rite of Resurrection. Once a police officer, Richter was racked with guilt over the police's inability to help all those in need, and quit the force to start his own private investigation firm. However, his soft-hearted nature leads him to take on too many cases and has put his office in dire financial straits. How he is still in business is a mystery, with some whispering that a wealthy patron is keeping him afloat. Richter studied alongside Detective Jun Erio at the police academy. Somewhat surprisingly, given his outlandish clothing and mannerisms, Richter excels at covert investigations and tailing his targets. He proudly refers to himself as an investigator extraordinaire. Oh my god, he's Hildebrand! Though that only ever succeeds at impressing himself.
Honestly, I feel like he has more intelligence than Hildebrand, which it's
Yeah.
a low bar.
Yeah.
Hildebrand has like one brain cell.
Richter's biggest source of happiness is nuzzling his pet female albino parakeet, Ernestine, which he keeps in his office. He also enjoys collecting mockingbird stickers, a popular line of merchandise featuring birds inexplicably dressed like delinquents, and can be frequently sighted searching around town for them. What the fuck? While out and about, Richter typically leaves the office and, more importantly, Ernestine in the care of Amamori, a junior high schooler who volunteered to assist Richter after being involved in a previous case.
Oh my god, he's got a junior high intern.
He's got a bird. He's got a bird named Ernestine
He sure does.
that he likes to nuzzle.
Yeah, that's what makes him happy.
The Azure Heron Agency. Richter Kai's private investigation firm in Kamada, Oda City. Originally, Kai thought to give it a simple name like Kai's Detective Agency, but upon hearing that people are more likely to pick names listed at the front of the phone book, alphabetically, he decided to pick a name starting with A. Thus, the Azure Heron Agency was established.
Amazing.
I don't know, man. I don't know if this man has a brain cell unless it's devoted entirely to detectiving.
Yeah.
However, it is questionable whether the heron, a bird of somewhat ominous significance, is an effective symbol for attracting customers. Even his own assistant has referred to the name as confusing at best. After all, rather than an azure heron, Richter keeps a white parrot as a pet and dresses not in blue but mostly in white. If there was a symbolic connection to be made here, it has surely been lost on all but Richter himself. Yeah, no, he's dumb as shit. A private investigator, also known as a private eye, is a detective who operates their own agency. Although there are no formal qualifications necessary to become a private investigator, many are retired police agents or detectives due to the similarities between the work involved. At a glance, private investigation firms and inquiry offices might look similar, but they carry out different types of investigations. Inquiry offices specialize in conducting credit checks on businesses, while private investigators are generally involved in tailing persons of interest and gaining information surreptitiously. The Last of Us.
Yeah, because it's followed immediately by a Z. Ugh. Beautiful name.
Oh my god, he's
Although
so dumb.
I do have to wonder what the Japanese name was.
Yeah.
Or if he just used English and it was the Azure Heron anyway.
I think this is you because you're the.
Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting.
You're the protagonist
so
now. I was talking all night. Now you talk.
Now I talk. An old hanging scroll. I don't know who painted it. It's been hanging here since before I was born. Look at her fax machine. A fax machine. It can send images to other places along the telephone network. I don't really know how it works. Most houses don't have one.
It might as well be magic.
I mean, basically, I rarely find a use for it. A color television. Father bought one as soon as it hit the market. He likes to have the latest gadgets. Unlike the latest models, no remote control. We've had it for a long time. Back when it was new, we all gathered around it and marveled at it as a family. But with Father and my husband being away so often, it quickly fell into disuse. I have no interest in daytime soaps or murder mysteries.
Oh, what's this?
Ooh, a nightlight.
Well, I'll be damned.
It's a sticker.
Is that what I think it is?
Goodness, you made me jump. It's just a silly little sticker my son got from somewhere or other. He put it up just before... Well, you know what happened. I still can't bring myself to take it down.
Let me take a closer look. I knew it. It's Head Hencho from way back in set number 1. This is a real collector's item.
Excuse me?
Head Hencho? Oh my god, it's a rooster in a fucking Bosuzoku jacket?
It sure is.
Don't tell me you've never heard of the Mockingbirds.
The what?
They're the hottest new craze. Cute little birds dressed up like rough and tumble delinquents.
I've never heard of them, but this certainly seems to matter to you.
The best part is, nobody knows who made them. They just started showing up around town, and soon enough they won everybody's hearts. The story goes that they're made by some anonymous artist who covertly leaves them behind in specific locations. No one knows when or where they'll show up next. They're basically an urban legend of sorts. So this is like...
Oh, so that's what his little profile meant about him going around town looking for them.
Yeah, so this is
like
basically...
he's not finding them in shops.
No, so this is basically Banksy but with birds.
Yes. And stickers.
And stickers. To think one would turn up here of all places. This is a good sign, I'm sure of it.
Do you think it's holographic? It looks like it might be holographic.
I think it's holographic.
Amazing. Oh, well, that's nice.
This is the 80s, of course it's holographic.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, there's collectibles.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, there's so many.
Oh, and it tells me where, like, it gives me clues. Oh no. Oh no. These popular bird mascot stickers seem to pop up everywhere. Nobody knows who the legendary artist is behind these quirky birds, but they quickly became popular for their surreal, yet oddly cute designs. Be in the right place at the right time in Honjo, and you might just be able to find all 20 of them scattered around. Legend has it, collecting them all will bring good luck. I mean, we're gonna...
That it's a little too early for a cell phone to take a picture.
I mean, we're gonna do this.
A stereo unit with separated speakers designed for home use. My husband insisted on buying one, even though he isn't one to listen to music often. An arrangement of flowers. We bring someone in to do it. I don't even know what the flowers are called.
All right, let's talk.
Man, lady, I think you need a hobby.
Yeah, seriously. Let me bring you up to speed. We were in the middle of a chat when you suddenly started spacing out. And the whole time you were grinning to yourself like you just won the lottery. Care to tell me what that was all about?
Well, where to start?
Interesting. Very interesting. So the Halt and Clapper's curse echo appeared out of nowhere, told you how to perform the Rite of Resurrection, and gave you the curse you'll need to do it. Have I got that right? I think with her we need to kill because like it would be true to her character. I think we gotta kill it. We gotta start killing people.
Yeah. That's right.
So, it's all real. Honestly, I still find it hard to believe. But I guess I have to now. Oh! Okay. I saw that curse stone appear in your hand myself. It looked like it popped clean out of thin air. With evidence that clear, there's no denying that there's some supernatural force at work.
I don't think you quite understand.
Oh?
This isn't about evidence, and it isn't about belief. It's more than that. I know it's real. The moment the curse appeared, I knew everything before it even said a word. It was already there in my head, as clear as day.
You just knew, huh?
It was etched onto my soul, along with the curse echo's resentful memories. Though I can feel it, what it was like. Dying like they did hundreds of years ago. Breathed in flame, writhing in pain as my flesh blackens and my blood boils. I can feel it. All the agony, all the rage. It fills me with bloodlust. I think I need to kill someone.
And I think I need more stickers.
Anyone will do, just as long as they're carrying fire.
I see. Well, that could be a problem.
Did his mole move?
It did.
Oh my god. You think so? From what I know of you, I was sure you'd see it as an opportunity.
The stronger the desire to resurrect someone, the stronger the urge to kill. That's how it seems to me, anyway. Good grief. Talk about a spanner in the works. I say we take stock for a moment. Remind ourselves where we've come from and where we're going.
That might be a good idea.
That's what you hired me for, ma'am. To look into your son's kidnapping last year. To uncover the truth behind the abduction and murder of Shuichi Shigema.
Oh, yes, I remember. They never did find the one who did it.
That's what I'm here about today, in fact. Kind of you to let me drop by so late, by the way. Yeah, please don't kill Richter. We need him.
I know, right?
I've been turning over every last stone, and I've come up with a grand total of zilch, zippo, nada. One lead. Oh, okay.
Ooh. So you said.
As far as the police are concerned, it's a cold case, but I've managed to make some headway.
I remember. You were just about to tell me.
Oh ho.
Oh.
Oh ho 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 ho. Okay, we know about this. A kidnapping and murder case that took place in Honjo, Sumida around 1 year ago. Haruo Shigima's son, Shuichi, age 11, was kidnapped on his way home from school with a ransom being demanded that same evening. Initially, the kidnapping was thought of as a simple extortion scheme. But when it came to light that the Shigema family was closely tied to the police, and Shuichi was in fact the grandson of a senior official, it was quickly assumed that the perpetrator was acting upon a grudge against the police force. The kidnapping was treated as a direct attack against the good name of the police, and a large-scale investigation was launched that used the best equipment available to trace phone calls. This made it all the more embarrassing when they were unable to catch the culprit, losing the public's confidence. The culprit grew cocky, relentlessly mocking the police force. After 3 days of failure after failure, Haruo reached a breaking point. Spurred by concern for her son, she resolved to hand over the ransom money as fast as possible, but her husband and father, who held the prestige of the police in high regard, refused, saying that they would not let the criminal win by giving in to their demands. The increasing... Oh my god! Oh!
Yeah, no, this woman wants to burn the world down, and I cannot blame her.
Yeah, right? The increasingly frantic detective assigned to the case lost his temper when the criminal called to give an ultimatum, causing the culprit to never make contact again. Another week passed and Shuichi's body was found floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi's death could be largely ascribed to the police's incompetence, but this was ultimately covered up with stringent media embargoes. The investigation was never closed, but the case is long gone cold. Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, it's so weird how the kidnapping and murder and botched rescue was covered up by the higher-ups in the police who were also his family. Very strange.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I wonder why that happened.
Why would that happen?
Why would they do that?
Why would that happen?
Oh, no.
Oh.
He has a profile.
The only son of Haruo Shigema, who was kidnapped and murdered 1 year ago, his body was discovered floating in the Sumida River. Shuichi was a conscientious, brave young boy who was determined to protect his mother, Haruo, amid his father's frequent absences. He dreamed of becoming a police officer and displayed diligence and an impressive sense of responsibility from a young age, likely due to being raised in an extremely strict environment. Born in the early 70s, he spent his days immersed in various activities and studies, including playing piano, learning the abacus, taking English lessons, and training in kendo. Shuichi's tendency to put other people's needs over his own meant he died without ever telling his classmates how much he longed for them all to go out on a hunt for Mockingbird stickers.
Oh.
Well, now I'm sad.
Every single dang character in this game is so well written.
Yeah, I know. I'm invested in all of them.
Yep.
You know, we still need to figure out exactly what you want me to do. Tell you what, why don't I tell you what I found and then we can make a decision.
All right.
Oh, okay. I suppose there's not much point going over the kidnapping itself.
No, I'm very familiar.
And then I'll leave that for the files to cover and just confirm a few things about the case. The police traced the culprit's calls back to, let's see here, Northern Oyoko River here in Sumida City. That's quite a wide area.
That's right.
In the end, they never managed to nail down exactly where the calls were coming from. But it was almost certainly the same location that Shuichi was being held captive. Since Shuichi's voice could be heard during the killer's calls. ... Northern Oyoko River is quite a distance from Shuichi's normal school commute. Factoring in that he was seen at school but went missing before he arrived at his house, it's likely that he was abducted by a car on his route home.
Maybe, but...
Exactly. Shuichi was a clever boy. He never would have gotten into a car with a stranger.
That's right.
I was actually starting to think that, like, I think this is an inside job. I think that's an inside job. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. I was very firm about that. I know he understood, too. I even saw him warning the other children.
It's possible that they forced him into the car. This would also explain why they covered it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only issue there is there weren't any witnesses to the kidnapping. You can't bundle someone into a car without that many students around and not being noticed. But nobody came forward to say they saw anything suspicious. So did they target him at some other time or somewhere away from his usual route? Both of those seem a little far-fetched. Which raises the question, how did the kidnapper pull it off?
The kidnapper was someone he knew.
Someone he knew. ... Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone he knew that people wouldn't have thought twice of if they saw him meeting with him. Like, you know, other kids and whatnot.
Yeah. The police never managed to find an answer. In the end, they decided that the kidnapper must just have gotten lucky.
Well, why not turn the problem on its head? The kidnapper managed to convince Shuichi to get into their car, but how? The only thing that makes sense to me... ... is if they were somebody that he would have reason to trust. A teacher, perhaps, or a relative, or somebody else that he knew.
But all of the adults Shuichi knew had alibis. The police checked them all thoroughly.
They did, huh? No one throws numbers at a problem like the cops. But what if it wasn't someone he knew, or rather... what if the culprit disguised themselves as a police officer? Oh. That would explain why I didn't find them suspicious. The Shigeru family has close ties with the police after all. He would have had a reason to trust them.
You might be right. But surely that couldn't have...
Well, there's a problem with the theory. You'd be surprised how much police officers stand out. That's sort of the point, after all. They're meant to be a visible deterrent against crime. ... But here's another interesting little bit of trivia I happen to know. When you ask people to imagine someone suspicious, nobody pictures women or children. Huh. Even kids who've been warned about stranger danger often subconsciously expect that danger to look like an adult man.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That is a really good point. Besides, Shuichi was the sort of boy who wanted to be a police officer when he grew up. He must have had a very strong sense of right and wrong.
That's right. Wait, surely you can't mean...
Now you're getting it. If, say, a young woman approached Shuichi asking for help, What would he have done? Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
If someone like that said they were lost and asked him for directions, would he have gotten into a car?
He might have. My husband always told him that a man had a duty to watch out for women and children.
You could certainly argue that kind of attitude is outdated nowadays. But if Shuichi believed it, then we might have something here.
Then you think the culprit was a young woman. But it was a man's voice on the phone.
Voice modulator. She might have been an accomplice, or maybe she didn't even realize she was being used.
Yeah, one or the other of those.
Yeah, if anything, that would explain why she hasn't come forward. She herself might not realize she had anything to do with the case. I need to know what happened. So, the question is, did anybody see Shuichi speaking with a young woman on the day of his disappearance? See, what I said about people's biases, that goes for witnesses too. And I figured that maybe if I started asking new questions, I might get some new answers. So I spent my day asking around Shuichi's school route, seeing if anyone had seen something. ... And one man thought he had.
You mean he saw it happen?
Well, I can't say that for sure yet. Turned out he wanted something from me, so he asked if we could talk in private.
Ooh.
He wanted a kiss from my luscious lips.
Ooh, flashback.
Several hours earlier. Alright, this should do. There's no one around, we can speak in confidence. Excuse me, what was your name again? Wow, that's a hair. Janochi?
Jonochi, okay.
Got it. Well, Janochi, I'm all ears. Just so we're on the same page, you're a private detective investigating Shuichi Shiba's kidnapping. Do I have that right? Of course. What else do I look like?
A cowboy.
Like a rhinestone cowboy. How should I know what a private detective looks like? Oh, forget it. You look like a JoJo's character. Look, I'll tell you straight. My life is in danger. I need your help.
Whoa.
Say what? You'll excuse me if that caught me a little off guard. Let me ask you straight. Who is trying to kill you?
There's a lot of proclamations of straightness being made around here. I can't help but notice.
Yeah. The student called Michiyo Shiraishi. Interesting. Schoolgirl, eh? Sounds like you've been naughty. It's nothing like that. That girl, she's a murderer. I'm the only one who knows, but I saw what she did. Michiyo Shiraishi. I saw her kidnap Shuichi Shigema. Whoa, what? Come again? I saw her talk to him on the street and lead him away. I didn't think much of it at the time, but then he went missing. She murdered him, I'm sure of it. Or at least she got something to do with it. That's what you're here for, isn't it? Then you can't let her get to me.
Wait, isn't Michio dead? Or am I thinking of someone else?
I think Michio is either the friend of Yako or the name of the person who helps the police with the psychic stuff.
The psychic's name was Mio.
Mio, okay. That Michio is Yako's friend.
Michio is Yako's friend.
Yeah.
But I thought Michio... There were two girls that Corporal Kuwabara was looking after, and one of them died.
I think
wasn't that one Michio?
I think that was Michio.
Okay.
If that's true, you've been sitting on some valuable information. Why did you tell anybody? Well, you see, if you can't explain that, I don't have any reason to believe you. I couldn't. She told me she'd kill me if I spoke a word. You're telling me a schoolgirl had you scared for your life? So you've been sitting on that all this time, and you think she's coming for you now that you spilled the beans? Yes, that's it, exactly. I'm begging you, don't let her get me. Arrest her, I'm telling you, she's a demon. Well, you seem to believe what you're saying, but it just doesn't add up. How can a schoolgirl have a fully grown man so terrified? You don't know what she could do. She'll curse me. Curse you? What does that look?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, but you're losing me here. It's true. Her house, it's... Oh, forget it. Why do I even bother? You seem dubious enough to believe me, but I should have known you'd never understand. Enough. I'll find someone else to help me. Hey! And then he died. The plush lip animation and rendering in this game has to be on full display.
Yeah.
And that's about the long and short of it.
I can hardly believe it.
At the time, I thought his mention of curses was just crazy talk. But I'm starting to see that there might have been more to it.
Then, if we can just find that girl.
Curse or no curse, if she was with Shuichi on the day of the kidnapping, then there's a good chance she knows something. On top of that, I did some digging on the man I spoke to. His full name's Kohei Jonochi. He's a teacher at Komagata High School here in Sumida.
A teacher? Then the schoolgirl.
Is one of his students? I think that's very likely. Tell me more. At last, we've got a lead. Hopefully, it'll be the breakthrough we're looking for. The Rite of Resurrection, huh? I read about that in occult magazines the other day. Apparently, some old book showed up recently with all the gory details. And they say that the rite can be found somewhere in Honjo.
I remember the first time you told me about that. It felt like my prayers had been heard.
So, like, say she does this and the rite succeeds and she brings back her son. How's she gonna explain that to, like, everybody?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah.
I mean, either he comes back perfectly normal, which I highly doubt based on just like the tone of the curses. I don't think this Rite of Resurrection is anything good. I'm picturing that oh god, it was Sinking City, one of the side quests we did where we had to choose whether or not to resurrect mom's boy or kill mom or something. It was like the Monkey Man's brother.
Yeah, it was the Monkey Man's brother.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I had hope, real hope for the first time.
God, Sinking City was so good.
It was
There's a sequel coming out. Yeah,
we're gonna play
they're
it.
making a sequel, yep.
Oh, I'm so excited. Ever since that awful day, I've wondered. What if I hadn't sent him to school? What if I just paid the ransom?
You tried to, though.
Yeah, your husband and your fucking father wouldn't allow it. Not a day goes by when I don't think that if I'd done something differently, Shuichi would still be alive.
Hadouai, you did everything right.
Your husband and your father are to blame. I am sorry to say.
No, don't be sorry. It is their fault.
Yeah, you're right. I take it back. I'm not sorry.
You can't blame yourself, man. It was the culprit's fault, not yours. And your husband and your father for, stopping you from paying the ransom.
Yep.
Though I know that won't help any. Grief is funny like that. I'm guessing that's why you're after the rite.
Oh, you saw right through me.
You saw through my obvious desire. Guess I didn't need to ask. It's written all over your face. I can tell how much it meant to you.
Oh.
But, and this is a big but, If this ride is the real deal, using it will mean killing someone and stealing their soul.
Is that a problem?
If it comes to that, I'm afraid I'll have to stop you.
Oh, that's a shame.
I think that's why we saw him coming up behind her when we got toasted as Shogo.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't involved. He was looking to bring her down. A shame, huh? That's all?
I thought if I'm going to be competing with other curse bearers, then your detective skills might come in useful.
You realize...
You realize... Oh, sorry.
You realize...
That's him.
Yeah, it's me. You realize you're talking about ending someone's life, right? Don't you see an issue with that?
I think any parent in my position would happily kill for a chance like this.
Yeah. That's so, is it? Dear, oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? Looks like I got myself into another sour patch.
Looks like we're in a bit of a pickle.
We're in a bit of a pickle. Wonder how them Duke boys are gonna get out of this one.
If it makes you uncomfortable, then you won't have to get any blood on your hands yourself. I don't need you to kill the other curse bearers. I only need you to find them.
I won't be part of the murder, ma'am. Not even for a client. ... I mean, I don't think he's interested in the money. Well, no, everything's going under for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's try it.
Yeah. How much can I give you to change your mind?
Sorry, ma'am, but not everyone has a price. I've got my policies, and I stick to them.
I see. I didn't realize you were so stubborn.
Let me say, though, it's not like I don't get what you're going through. As long as you're not killing anyone with your own hands, maybe I can help you out.
What do you have in mind?
Well, how about stealing someone else's curse stone after they've filled it with soul dregs? Oh.
Huh?
If that was all you were after, then I could lend you my services guilt-free. If the other curse bearers want to kill each other, that's their business. I'm not trying to be a hero here. I guess there's no guarantee a stolen curse stone will work, but we can worry about that later.
Well then, I suppose we have a deal.
That's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah. Although, what if I stole a curse stone using my curse? Would you disapprove?
That would void our contract, ma'am. Just warning you now.
My.
Before we go any further, why don't you tell me about that curse of yours? The Haunting Clappers, was it? That's one of the Seven Mysteries of Honjo, if I remember correctly.
That's right. The original story did happen somewhere near here, I think. I'm sure I remember hearing that.
In that case, my money would be on all the curse bearers being somewhere in Honjo. Our first move should be to narrow them down. Some of them are bound to try and come for you first. We'll need to be ready. The curses make their bearers more willing to kill, so an attack could come from anywhere.
That sounds sensible.
And if I remember correctly, your haunting clappers can set people on fire, but only if they have a naked flame or a lighter on their person. Is that right?
That's right.
Man, remember in the first chapter where he told Shogo, like, hey, you should probably find a light?
Yeah. No, he asked for a light,
he
and
asked...
then when we said we didn't have one, he said, oh, that's probably better anyway.
Oh, that's right, yeah. In olden times, wooden clappers were used to warn people of fire. I'm guessing it punishes those who don't heed the warning. It seems like a good curse to have. It's simple and straightforward enough to use.
A good curse to have.
Yeah. Although it's hard to say how it stacks up without knowing what else is on the table.
You really think it's that good?
The target can't do much to throw it off, and it has a nice long activation window. It's big that it works on lighters, too. Just slip one into your target's pocket. And say that condition were already fulfilled before they even knew you were there. They wouldn't even know what hit them.
Maybe I won't have to actually use it. I could just tell someone I could, and they'd have to do what I said.
Threats could work, although without any proof, it'll come down to how convincing you could be. If only you could use the curse, then back out at the last second.
At the last second? What an interesting idea. I have a lighter right here. I could try it now.
That's an interesting proposition. But maybe not. I'm not quite crazy enough to make myself a guinea pig.
He does have a brain cell.
Yeah!
Oh, I see.
You're an odd one, ma'am, if you don't mind me saying. I don't think it's just the curse.
You flatterer.
I mean, considering her circumstances and everything.
It would be shocking if she were normal.
Yeah. As for what we do next, first of all, I think you should stay indoors. Try not to do anything spontaneous or outside of your normal routine.
It's midnight, so that shouldn't be difficult.
Try not to do anything outside of your normal routine. You know, locking yourself away in this massive mansion where no one can see you.
Yep.
Right then. Have you decided what you want me working on? I kind of want to investigate the kidnapping.
Yeah, me too. Finally, I have a lead. I need to know what happened to my son.
Like, she was reluctant to use the curse, and I think actually maybe getting closure might help.
Yeah, I think so too.
Your wish is my command, man. It's not like we can't go back and because this is probably going to branch the route.
Right.
I'll focus all.
Yeah, because that was a very, very big choice
Yeah.
that it just gave us.
I'll focus all my efforts on looking into the kidnapping.
Although, something just occurred to me. You can't investigate the matter at night, can you? At least until the sun rises. You search for the other curse bearers?
Hey, all right. I see how it is. Well, I'd be happy to help. Odds are good that the other curse bearers are also working by night. Anyone they kill under the cover of darkness won't be discovered until sunrise. I bet they'll be trying to do as much as they can before morning comes. So it's settled then. I'll look into the other curse bearers by night. And once the city wakes up, I can start asking questions. I'll investigate the kidnapping as well.
Okay, well maybe that isn't a branch.
I'll even try and find Miss Shirashi as part of the bargain.
Thank you. That's more than enough.
Now then. I should get to work. There's only so much time before sunrise. I'll call you if I find out anything new. You stay here and keep a lookout.
All right.
There's no telling what kind of curses you might find out on the streets tonight. Don't go outside if you can help it. And try to be ready for anything.
I will.
Well, if that's all, I should be going. I'm running out of poses. Okay, this is the perfect time to stop.
Yep, agreed.
Oh my god. Oh.
Real quick though,
What's
can
up?
we satisfy my curiosity? Can we look at the files and see if there's one on Michio?
Yeah,
Where's the people files? A game.
persons of interest, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
No, nothing yet.
Okay, can we go look at what was the name of the Kuwabara guy?
Hajime.
Was it Hajime? Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't say.
Oh my god.
It probably it's probably waiting until we can get more information in general.
Yeah, probably. Okay, that's fine. We'll find out more on Thursday.
Oh my god. Okay. This fucking game, I know. Yeah, let me save it. I want to make another save. Oh, you know what? No, let's pick up here.
Yeah, that's fine.
There we go. We're on slot 2. All right. Guys, we're going to call it here. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back on Thursday night with more of this. I have no idea, man. I have no idea where this is going.
I know, and it's great.
Don't forget to follow us on YouTube. American Arcadia is still going up. We got a couple more episodes of that before this starts to play through. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky, at Receivable on Twitter, at Occults Receivable on Blue Sky. You can follow me in both places at Tamazmataz. You can follow Teresa at Blue Sky, YouTube, and Kara at Tiny Kiwi Studio. We will be back on Thursday night with more Paranormasight. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.